Hi, my name's Sue and I run a business called National Forest eBike Holidays, and we run very gentle electric bike and walking holidays in the National Forest area of the UK. At the time, I was looking at ways to actually increase reach digitally, and it's not an area really I know an awful lot about. So I come from an era pre-computers, so digital marketing is really quite new to me in terms of an actual skill area. And I at the time, I felt what I wanted to do was to actually do some pay-per-click marketing, and that was going to be the way to go. But I didn't really know a lot about it. So the mentoring scheme just seemed like a good way of just finding out a little bit. I had the website, I had the social media, I had SEO'd the website, I'd done a little bit of Facebook advertising, but I'd done no pay-per-click whatsoever. So I knew a little bit, but I really didn't know a lot at all. And what Jonny did is he just made me think about the entire process. So, and not just think about the process, but think, why do you want to advertise? What are you wanting to achieve? Why do you want to achieve that through advertising? Are there other things you should be thinking about as well? So I came away just with a much better understanding of all the other different possibilities that perhaps could give me the same results but with a better value. And also what steps I needed to do if I was going to do pay-per-click. And what it actually did is it actually stopped me from spending money there and then, and made me realise there was a lot of work that needed to happen on the website first of all to make pay-per-click actually work, which was fantastic, because without Jonny I'd have just gone and I'd probably have spent several £1,000s and then been surprised that I had no results. Off the back of Jonny's advice, it made me, first of all, not just rush into it, but I actually then went back to the website, looked at what I would need to do in the website in terms of creating some landing pages, thought about, okay, who am I actually wanting to target and what do I want to target them for? He gave me a great starting point of what knowledge I needed to build up in terms of keywords, etc. And it actually took me almost 12 months from having had that mentoring session with Jonny, to actually doing a pay-per-click advertising campaign, simply because I wanted to spend the time getting the website right, getting the landing pages right. And when I'm in the high season, I can't do that in the high season. I have to do all the prep work in the winter when it's my low season. I just haven't got enough time to give to it otherwise. So it was good, and it also made me think about what other training I needed to have on the back of that mentoring. So I realised that I really needed to understand more about landing pages, understand more about keywords, and I actually did quite a big project of work on the website on the back of that after I'd seen him, which I hadn't had any plans to do beforehand. Well, he could easily just have said, so my question was really about pay-per-click. Jonny could easily have just said to me, yes, okay, here's the elements you go to do pay-per-click, off you go, go and do it. And I would have been none the wiser, and I'd have gone and I'd just pressed the button and spent the money. But the fact that he just said, whoa, hang on a second, and took me right the way back to basics and made me think about it and what the customer's journey was going to be from seeing that pay-per-click, and how I was going to make sure that pay-per-click was actually visible to the potential customer, how I was going to make sure I wasn't overspending for that click. It was an awful lot of elements that I had given no thought to whatsoever. And actually Google are very happy to quickly take your money off you. They will just tell you it's easy, pay over your money here and press start. and it's easy to get sucked into that if you haven't got the experience and the knowledge. The quality of the mentoring was just incredible. I mean, I went into it with not really high hopes, and I was half expecting them to try and sell me something actually. And it was amazing to have somebody who just listened and then asked very searching questions about the business. And it was clear right from the first 5 minutes that he had an awful lot of experience to offer, and that he also had not just experience but a real skill and understood the process of it. But then he was able to listen to me and put across that knowledge, because it's one thing having the knowledge, but being able to actually help somebody else with that knowledge is something else, and be able to communicate it to somebody. So I certainly went away feeling I had a lot more confidence, and it really made me realise how little I knew, but it given me the signposts of what I did need to know as well. So I didn't go across thinking, oh my goodness, there's no way I'll ever be able to do this. It made me actually think, oh well, now I know a lot more about what I need to have in place before I actually go and spend some money. So I felt quite empowered by it. I felt quite excited by it, as opposed to a bit overwhelmed. It gave me the confidence that there was actually somebody out there, there was help you could get hold of, which actually was a valuable asset to have and to be able to tap into, as opposed to so often these things you think you found something which is going to be of help to you as a small business, and then in reality it just doesn't work quite out as you think it's going to. So this made me think, oh goodness, there was actually something just at the other end of my computer which I can tap into, and it's going to offer me real high quality advice on things that I just need to have somebody you can talk it over with.